First, I think it's a critical component of our society today. I've spent a large amount of time speaking to different governments around the globe, trying to get them to actually integrate the concept of cybersecurity, the do's and don'ts, all the way down to the lowest levels, so that we're actually teaching it in kindergarten. So when you have kids from rural cities, rural America and rural areas in different countries, and inner city kids where they might touch technology for the first time. So in schools, to actually have teachers teaching them the do's and don'ts, so that we can start to actually get a society that's aware of the cybersecurity risks today, which could over time cut down a lot of the challenges we have today, where people, as someone said earlier today, fear of missing out, and they click on any link and they'll look at anything and post anything without making sure that it's real. So worse yet, some of the other challenges we have in the cyber world around children, getting online for the first time without understanding the implications. The other piece, of course, is along that educational component is also tying in some type of structure where we generate more interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. So by doing that, maybe some video game manufacturers start to actually create games that get kids interested in how do I actually build a game. So programming add-ons that kids can actually learn and build skills in. We're starting to see a little bit of it today with Minecraft and some other areas, but I think we've got a long way to go that could make cybersecurity much, much broader, because people actually start to think about it across the board. And that's just one small facet. Yeah, so that's a major issue around the globe today. And I'll tell you that we still have too many CISOs and CIOs that think it's a fire and forget. And by that I mean they look at their CapEx and their OpEx, and they build their structure out, and they think they can buy hardware and software and actually put it in place that will support them with the goals they have for their business and their security controls over a long period of time. And that's absolutely not true when you think about the nation-state threats, so in the determined adversaries that are trying to actually compromise those systems. And by the way, you might want to add organized crime to that thought process as well, because many of them have matured to the level of sophistication of nation-state threats as well. So my point is simply that you can't actually do a fire and forget and think that architecture is going to support you for 5 years or 3 years or even 2 years. You have to have a mentality where the process is going to continuously evolve, do pilots, fail fast, and look to bring new capabilities in to ensure that you're continuously looking for the adversaries, because they're going to breach your systems. Too much money today is spent in prevention and not enough on the detection side. So, and if you look at the statistics, everybody is getting breached now. So we have to be able to detect them quickly. Deception is a key area for that. So this is a really tough one, and we really need a lot of cybersecurity vendors, cloud vendors, to start to create more capabilities for the down market. Today, if you look just across North America, we see literally millions and millions of small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, and I mean, they make up the backbone of America for employers. The vast majority of those do not have the abilities or the resources to actually put cybersecurity experts in place. And I mean, literally, Joe's dry cleaner that may have 3 branches doesn't have the resources to hire somebody that can counter organized crime and nation-state threats. So, and many of those organizations that don't have those abilities are going to become part of the command and control of the attacker. So we have to actually be better as an industry to create solutions that can help them at a much lower cost, because if not, the problem's not going to get any better. I could say C, answer 1 to the first question, because I think security, education, and awareness is critically important. So, and what ICIT is doing, so across the board, is making audiences more aware of the risk and the challenges that we have today, and this is a continuously evolving threat. As we spend the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, interconnecting and putting sensors on everything, ubiquitous 5G, so eradicating perimeters where everything is directly connected, cars talking to each other via mesh networks, education in this area is critically important. So I think what ICIT is doing is going to have a dramatic impact, I'm hopeful, with our support.